This is my bookshelf tour. I'm going to be showing you this whole bookshelf and the bookshelf outside. This is the bookshelf in my closet. I'm sorry for the shakiness, that's my hand. I'm going to start off with the bottom shelf since there's hardly anything in there. These are my yearbooks and some notes. This is the last book of Harry Potter, you know that. So I'm really excited. I'm almost going to finish it. Yay. And then these two binders, I know I have music and like old writing in there. And then this one's empty. The next shelf, bottom up, this is a bunch of workbooks that I have here. This is a textbook from school. Do not worry about that. But yeah, and then I have the bunny from Hop, but I forget his name. But I have that. Next, I have a bunch of notebooks that I have from school. You can see all the titles there: Peter Pan to Curious George, and then Cheetah Girls to Madagascar. And on to the next. Here's my collection of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books. The yellow tags symbolize that I'm going to get rid of them someday, just not now. I want to keep them for now. Then I have Harry Potter and the first two Harry Potter books and the first two movies. Then I have Jane Austen for collections of books. Pride and Prejudice is in it. And so is Persuasion and Emma. I can't remember the last one. So yeah, it's just had a really pretty cover. It was 4 books for like $7.97 at Walmart. And I'm like, I'm so getting this. So yeah, that's the book. And then I have this. Here I have the rest of the Harry Potter movies. And then I have a bunch of One Direction notebooks. This one I got for my birthday, and then I got this one from a friend, and then these two I bought. This is gonna be filled with a bunch of One Direction stuff, so don't even worry about that. These are all my CDs that I own. Hannah Montana, Big Time Rush. Taylor Swift, Big Time Rush. Now This Is What I Call Music. Ed Sheeran, all of One Direction. And some of my favorite movies: Karate Dog, Popeye, which is a collection of cartoons that I used to watch with my dad, and so I really, really miss those times, so I am keeping that up here with this. Then I have Doctor Who season 8, and then a bunch of One Direction, and then I have Michael Jackson, #1's Michael Jackson history thing, and Starving Games, and like I said, Harry Potter. I have this, which is the popular shelf of books that I've read. So you see Divergent, you see The Fault in Our Stars, you see Hunger Games and the Hunger Games movie, Catching Fire, Mockingjay, World War Z, which I really, really love. It's like one of my favorite books ever by Max Brooks. Please check it out. It's awesome. It's better than the movie, I swear to God. And then there's The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald, and Roald Dahl, Charlie and Chocolate. On the very top of my black beautiful shelf, I have a bunch of fandom stuff. You can see Lady Rainicorn up there next to one of my favorite rocks called Lana Del Rock. And then I have Sam and Dean, accompanied by a violin and cello, violin and piano, pencil sharpener, and Johnny Depp up there. And I have Storytellers, which I have it signed, but I don't think you can see it from here, which I also have Koala down there if you see it. And then I have a bunch of One Direction in that corner. My first picture of One Direction is that little gray thing right here. Right there. And then I have bobbleheads of all One Direction members. And then on the side, I have Doctor Who 9 and 10's sonic screwdriver. So yeah, I feel like people should mention it more as both 9 and 10's. Here's my second bookshelf. I fixed it yesterday and I wanted to show you guys. So this is what it looks like as an overview. We're gonna start bottom shelf. I think I should show you this first. Richard Scarry's What Do People Do All Day. It's a really cute book. I love it. It's about like jobs, about people and towns and stuff. Dickens' A Christmas Carol. And then a Coca-Cola version of Twice the Night Before Christmas. And then I have another one right here that I cannot remember the name of. It's just a Christmas treasury. And then I have this cup of quarters. It's like 2 cups of One Direction and my toothbrushes. And then I have a quote to be read and to watch jar. The blue, whatever is in pink is my quotes. To be read is in blue. And to watch is in red. And you can see I have some now, but not many. Then I have a bunch of random things, just really don't mind that. So we're going to continue on to this side of the bookshelf. I've got this really nice book called The Dream Journal by Karen Heverson Streck. I have not read this, but it's about like a girl's mom is dying and she has like she reads a diary, I think, or a journal or something. And yeah, I don't remember exactly what it is about. When my sister had it, I'm like, I'm gonna read this. And there's The Enchanted Castle by E. Nesbit. sorry. And I was like, oh, this looks like a little cute read. I want to read it because it looks a little cute. And then I have 1, 2, and 16 of the Nancy Drew series. Dear America, Voyage on the Great Titanic, Diary of Margaret and Brady. Then I have one of the Murphys by Linda Molly Hunt. And I think it would be interesting because I think it's about adopted child into a family. And she doesn't want to be a part of that family or whatever. I don't remember what it was about. Then I have The 7 Wonders of Sassafras Springs, and by Betty G. Burney. Read it. Then I have Running Out of Time by Margaret Peterson Haddix. It's on my TBR jar. And then I have Radiance by Alison Noel. I really wanted to read it, so I have it. And yeah, I started reading it, but then I lost interest, but I'm really hoping to go back into it. Then I have Dog Whisperer, The Rescue by Nicholas Edwards. And yeah, like, she keeps having these dreams about, like, being, like, drowned and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna read this. And then I have Young Thomas Edison by Sterling North. And I think it would be interesting to read like a historical fiction type of thing. It's not exactly, I don't know if it's exactly accurate or anything, but I really want to read that. And then Skinny by Donna Cooner. I'm pretty sure this deals with like bullying and stuff like that. And then there's this voice called Skinny, I think, or the voice calls her Skinny or something like that. But there is a voice, so I thought that was interesting, and I really wanted to read it. I bought it back in 7th grade, and I still haven't read it. Then I have this book called Love Maybe by Heather Hepler, and I really wanted to read this one because it was like Valentine's, and I had this story for a Valentine's story, so I really wanted to read this. I started reading it, and I was like this far in. Yeah, look, there's my bookmark. I was like this far in, and I just did not finish it, but it is in my TBR jar, so I will be reading it from the start. Again, I cannot put this back in. Alright, then I have Unbroken. Did I mention that this bottom shelf was some of the books that I have not read? These are books that I have not read that aren't that popular, but I really think that should deserve a chance. Unbroken, it's a Ruined novel. I do have The Ruined. I have read The Ruined book, and it was really amazing. I loved it. And then by Paula Morris. So I can't wait to see how the main character, Rebecca Brown, goes through now because of what happened last time. Then there's Amber House by Moore, Reed and Reed. I'm not gonna say their full names because come on, that's a long name. My friend had read this, and I'm like, ooh, she liked it. I'm possibly gonna like this too. Then I have Maggie Steve Waters' Sinner, which is a companion novel of the Shiver series, but I have not read the Shiver series. Emily has it, so I'm very much planning to read that series and then read that book. Then I have The Alchemist, The Secrets of an Immortal Nicholas Flamel by Michael Scott, and I really want to read the series. I love this book thing that they have going on, and I can't wait to restart the book because I've started it before, but I don't remember what chapter I stayed at. So yeah, we'll see how that works out. On to the next shelf. This is also the books that I have yet to read. Keep in mind, I have started many of these books, I just have not read them. So I have Bad Girls Don't Die by Katie Allender, and From Bad to Cursed. I do not have the last book, called As Dead as It Gets, but I really want to read this series because it sounds really, really interesting. The books on the bottom I will not take out because they're obviously at the bottom. I'm not going to take those out, but they're all from the same author, Lasky. I can't remember their first name. Katie Lasky, or Catherine Lasky. Gardens of Ga'Hoole, The Capture, The Journey, The Rescue, and then, like, epilogue of it. Epilogue, like, the after books. Lone Wolf, Wolves of the Beyond. So, it has a lot to do with middle grade. Then I got The 39 Clues by Rick Riordan. I'm really excited to start this series, even though it's been so long in time. I think these covers are cool, like by James Dashner. Fear by Dedi Dashaveri. She also wrote a sequel to it, but I have not bought that one because I haven't read this one, and I don't know if I'm gonna like it. And then I've got The Clone Codes, which is a series, a really small series. I think it's interesting so far. I've actually started on my currently reading list on Goodreads. If you don't follow me on that, you should get to that. Garden is right here. The Secret Garden by Frances Hardison Burnett. I thought it was interesting because I think some people were talking about it on BookTube, but not many. So I was like, okay, I'll just read it for the fun of it. And then I got this one, which is really, really old. Got it at a yard sale. Bergdorf's Blonde, Plum Skites by Plum Skites. I don't know much about it, but I started reading it, and it sounds like one of those like really girly girl, really chick lit books. But I don't know anything about it, so we'll see. Maybe I'll do a review about it because I don't know anybody else who has read this book. This book on this shelf is The Little Gentleman by Philippa Pierce. I looked for it on Goodreads to put it on my to be read list, but it's not there. Moving on to the next shelf. Oh, this book, actually, I got it signed, and it was interesting because it was like stories of Georgia's past or whatever, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I got it signed in 2009. Wow. And yeah, I was like, oh, Georgia's history is more interesting than I thought. And then I got more into Georgia, obviously you can tell, but I haven't read these books mostly. This book I recommend. It's really cool. I like reading the stories of it. I've reread it before. These are just books that I'm going to use for school, like Moby Dick and Beowulf. And this is a recent book that I bought. And I was like, oh, I'm probably going to read this really soon, so might as well buy it. Moby Dick, I bought it at a yard sale. And I was like, you know, I'm probably going to read this too, so might as well. And so I did get it. And then I have this pocket dictionary my teacher gave me. 1001 things every graduate should know. There's a lot of interesting stuff in there, actually. And then Spanish, English to Spanish dictionary. And then this is a very big dictionary. Several random books. I got Pretty Little Liars. Like, this is like the 4.5 book or whatever by Sarah Shepard. And then I got Vampire Academy. Sadly, it's the movie cover. Oh, I haven't seen the movie, and I want to read the book first, so yeah, by Michelle Mead. And then I have Eleanor Park. I've started this. I'm on like chapter 3, but I have to reread it because I don't want to just read it and then read from last part, so no. By Rainbow Rowell. And then I have Lauren Cates' Fallen. I got this for my birthday on like 2011 or something. Hush Hush. I recently got this because I went to a little book thing at when I went to visit my cousins, and they were like, hey, buy a book, and they had English books, and I'm like, yay. So I got this one and Eleanor and Park at the same place, so yay. And then I got Clockwork Angel. I bought this one for one of my other birthdays back in like 2010 maybe, or no, 2012. So yeah, by Cassandra Clare. So I've read it. I've read about like, it's a really pretty cover too. It's really pretty. Ooh. And I am planning to read the whole series. Guys, I know there's a lot of talk about City of Bones and everything. I will read it. I swear to you, I will. And then I have Cinder. I have started reading this one by Marissa Meyer, if you didn't know. And it's a series, and Scarlet just came out. And not Scarlet, Crest just came out, so I really, really want to read it. I got this book from my grandma. She bought it for me at like Publix or Kroger or something, called The Host by Stephanie Meyer or Smyer or whatever you want to call her. R. Martin's Game of Thrones, first book. Emily has the whole series. I don't know why I bought the first book, but I'm keeping the first book. And then I have Transformers, which is called, I can't read, Dark of the Moon. Okay, I have Supernatural, When You're Gone. This is like season 5-ish. And then I have Doctor Who, Winner Takes All, because people do not recognize Dr. Ninth Doctor very well, and so I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna buy something of the Ninth Doctor instead of David Tennant, but I really want to get something for David Tennant now. And then I got Nicholas Sparks' The Notebook. I watched the movie this summer, and it was so sad. I was like crying multiple times during the movie. It was just great. I really want to read the book. And then I got The Hobbit, but I will not be buying the Lord of the Rings series because Emily has it. Now here I have a little barrier to keep, this is terrible, to keep my unread books, and these are read books that are popular, these are unread books that are not popular, not that much, and then have like this barrier like Igor snow globe in the middle. I'm sorry, I'm switching so much. I have this book called Where the Lilies Bloom. I had to read this for 7th grade project, and I'm very mad at it, and I will not be talking about it anymore. And then I got Tomorrow Girls 2, Emily Has to Rest. I like the series. I want to reread it very, very soon. And then I got Wait Till Helen Comes. I love the cover by Mary Downing Han. I read it back in like 4th grade maybe, and it was a really good book, and I love it. And then I got Magic Under Glass by Jocelyn Dollimore. I read this book for a 6th grade project by choice reading at the library, and it was so good that I had to finish reading it by buying my own copy at the book fair that same year. And then I got this book from one of my teachers called The Ghost, The White House, and Me by Judith St. George. I got to Michael Northrup. I like this book. I like the character in it, and I liked it. Girls Acting Catty by Leslie Margolis. Dan Gutman's The Homework Machine and Return of the Homework Machine. I love these books so much. And then I have Chasing Maria by Blue Ballot. Ruined, which is the book that I was talking about. The Vampire Stalker by Alison Van Duffin, and it's a really good book. I like it. Mouse Writer. I think this is a really cute book. I reread it and it was really cute. I haven't finished it, but it was really cute. And then I have Gordon Corman's Zoo Break. Hey guys, so that was the end of my bookshelf tour. I hope you enjoyed. Go watch Emily's video because she also did a bookshelf tour. Subscribe to the Bookmarks, and I see you next Thursday. Bye!